I mean, I ain't got the dopest intro music, man. Come on, don't hate on it. Come on. In fact, in the comments, a lot of people ask me who do this song, who did this, man. My boy did it, man. I won't mention his name right now. You know, he don't need no more pop, no more pub and shit. Anybody know who it is? But it's Silent J, so look up Silent J. All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. You know how we do, man. Again, it's the new year, 2023. I'm feeling fresh and flashy. Look at me. I got my vato in LA. I got my LA look. You know what I'm saying, senor? Yeah, I can move and groove in any place I need. East LA or in Compton. I can do both ways, okay? So, all right, here we go. So, I gotta read the comments, you know, that y'all left. So we got 3 comments. So let's go with the Jackie Long story Jackie Long's show. This is only real fans. It said the way Pierre had Jackie laughing was top tier. And that's what I do, brother. I'm only top tier, homie. You know what to expect. I'm about to have my guests laughing top tier too. All right, this is from the George Wallace episode, the second one he did with me. Shout out to my man George Wallace. DJ Hollywood TV said this episode was so funny. Perfect example of seasoned comedians. Boy, you know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're talking about. And this one is from the Country Wayne episode. Candace Bennett said, no room for hate. Love Country Wayne and Pierre for having him on your show. Man, the boy, come on, the boy's big. Look, 2023 gonna be big for him too. But again, thank you so much. But y'all know who I got, man. Y'all know who I got. And we're actually on the 3rd floor, but fuck it, we got we got him from the 5th floor, so he had to come down 2 floors in the studio and stuff. Give it up for the one and only Mr. Reginald Ballard.
What's up? Thank you. Thank you.
See, I gave you a real name. I gave you Reginald Ballard.
Yes, sir.
Bro, man. You ain't just brother, man. You more than brother.
You better tell him.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
You know, it's actually crazy, man. When I started doing the research, I didn't realize how much stuff you've done and the life you live, man. Because you know, a lot of people know you from
right.
From Martin.
For the Martin thing. That's it. Only did 12.
Yeah. That's the trip too.
Yeah.
But let me start back from when you was a kid. You born and raised in Galveston?
Yes, sir.
I just found today. Am I mistaken? Is Galveston an island?
It's an island, man, about 40 miles south of Houston.
Right.
Jack Johnson came from there. Barry White, you know. So we had some people. Yeah.
Also, you had some craziness in there too. You were too young, maybe. I don't know how. But them 11 girls that was killed. Come on now, they had a serial killer on Galveston Island.
Hey, we went to school. I went to school with one of the dudes that was a serial killer in Galveston. What? Yeah, man.
For real?
Yeah, they caught him, man. He was killing the people on 45, the freeway.
Yeah.
Killing girls.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's all white girls, guys. I guess the black girls.
I went to elementary with that dude all the way to high school, man.
Oh, man. This show might turn to something different, man. I was just bringing it up to be bullshitting, but
Galveston, that's small. It's that small.
Galveston,
that's small. You know, that's why I understand it. You know, cats be running drugs in Galveston. I mean, you can't run. All they gotta do is lock the freeway up, man. You in the water.
I heard that. Now, that's real. That's real. Let me ask you. Give me your family structure. Like, mother, father, brother, sister.
Mm-hmm. My mother and my sister, man. My father left when I was 6, man.
Okay.
And he came out to L.A. And I didn't see him again until I was 23 years old, man, when I came out here, you know.
Right.
I mean, I brought him to paint my house one time. And I said, man, can you help me paint my house? And he was like, hey, man, call me daddy. I stopped the car and started laughing so hard. He said, why you laughing? I said, man, I ain't never called a man daddy in my life, man. He said, well, you don't call me nothing. You just say, hey, you.
Wow.
I never was in a position to call, like I never been across the room from him and say, hey, you know, I never had to do that. So it's like, I was like, oh man. And then at the end of, I think he died maybe 2 years ago, something like that. And I was starting to call him Pop because we had got a relationship. Yeah, we had
So you didn't call him Daddy when he was 6, when he was 3?
When I was 6, I called him Dai. Because I called my mother Mommy and called him Dai.
Oh,
but
okay.
But you know, I couldn't be 23 years old and come out here and say Dai.
No, okay, I got you on there, and I got you on. But what about like the siblings? What'd that look like?
My sister, I had a sister, man. She passed in 07, breast cancer. She was 38. That's my only sibling. So
really?
My mother had 4 kids. 2 died at birth, and my sister died at 38. So I'm still here.
Now I'm gonna say this, and maybe I'm wrong. I've known the Galveston area, and what's the other city right by Galveston? Beaumont,
Tech City, all those.
That whole area there, they raise thick niggas.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you want them.
Football, brother.
Football.
Let me tell you something. Football is religion. In Texas.
In Texas, oh,
if you were successful in football in Texas, you can play anywhere, college, pro, anywhere.
Right. Now let me ask you, because you started wrecking shop in high school doing football. Now was football a thing because you were built that way, or did you want to play football, or did you get forced into it?
3 things I know I want to do in my life. Okay. I had a piece of paper written on my wall every day. When I was a kid, I wanted to run track, play football, and be in movies.
Really?
In that order. So I did all of them, man, and one led to the next.
Right,
track,
sure.
football led to going to college, maybe theater, and came out here.
So hold on, when you went to football, you went to college. You were really good. In high school. You did really good in high school to get to SMU, which is not a small college. That's major. It's in Dallas, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
All right. So and you came up during the Pony Express. For those who don't know the Pony Express, that was let me tell you. Don't tell me. Eric Dickerson. And then the white boy Craig James. Right.
But I was 2 years after them.
Oh, so you didn't
I was 2 years after them, and I was there when we got the death penalty. So I was there from '84 to '87. We the first team in NCAA history and the only team in NCAA history that received what's known as the NCAA death penalty.
Is that like a recruiting problem?
Yeah, because they said they was paying us to play. That's what they said.
Okay, well damn it, right now, and did they pay you to play?
Hey man, I'm like ED, man. Eric Dixon always say, hey man, I never tell.
That means you're dead. Okay, I ain't mad at you, man. How you feel now? Because they talking about paying these boys. Now.
Hey, they should, man. They should. When me and my wife first moved out here, man, we went by SC because my aunt lived there by USC. And matter of fact, my wife ended up getting her master's from USC. It was a quaint, nice little college. Now, man, it's huge. They took up almost all the city now.
Right.
So if the players, make that kind of money for the schools, then they should get paid.
What happens when people say, well, their payment is their education? They get to go to a top-notch school, a top-tier school for a young brother? Come on, man.
But you know what? Money is flowing in and out. Coaches getting the coach at a top-notch school, but they still getting paid.
So they don't get no education.
Yeah, but they getting paid off of the labor of these athletes, and these. It's like tennis and golf.
Okay.
You 16 years old, you can go play golf and get paid. You 16, 15 years old and go play tennis and get paid.
Like pro, you mean?
Yeah, in pros. You can't do that in college. You can't go as a freshman in college and play pro football, even though you might be good enough to do it. And then during the season, you can't get a job because it's against NCAA rules. So it's times, man, we used to be in the dorms, like right after dinner, 3 hours later, we starving.
Right.
We can't eat. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? I had a friend of mine, he went to University of Florida, young brother, played football. And I guess it was, the boosters, whatever the men are around it. He said they'd call him up and say, I need to move this over there, that side of the wall, and hit $200 for moving there. That's what he told me to do. And they give him $200 to move something like that.
At SMU, that's hard labor.
That's hard labor. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So
I put it like that. That was hard labor at SMU.
Y'all was just like, oh, that's $200 right there to do this right here.
Exactly.
But yeah, he told me that. He told me that. I said, wow, I didn't know that. Okay, so you came after the Pony Express. The school, I mean, why didn't you go pro? What did you think?
Well, my sophomore year, man, I had messed my knee up.
Okay.
So then we got the death penalty my junior year. I needed 3 hours of transfer. So I started taking acting for non-majors.
Okay.
I got into the class, man. I did this monologue, and it was so, I did it so well that the only thing that brought me out of it was the class applauding. And that snapped me out of the thing. I was like, wow. And that was my opportunity. I said, I always wanted to act. So that led to me being here right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I transferred to University of Missouri, and then I started taking theater classes, and Clyde Ruffin was the professor over there, the Black Theater Workshop.
So from Clyde Ruffin to Pierre's Panic Room. Damn.
That's right. That's right.
I like shout out to Clyde.
From a soldier's play.
Right.
Soldier story. Soldier's play I did over there. We got like standing ovation 8 nights, and I told my friends, true story, man. I said, yo, I'm finna go to Hollywood, hang with Stallone. And I said, the next time you see me, I'm gonna be on TV. Came out here, my first movie was Stallone. The next time I see my boy, and I was home Martin.
Wow.
That's how it worked out, man.
All right, so let me get before that, a little bit before that. So And we'll get into. Did you get into black exploitation? Well, first of all, did you watch cartoon? What kind of TV shows did you watch?
Oh man, I was like, I was up in the cartoons, man. Fat Albert, Popeye, all that, in the summertime. And me and my wife, we talk about it all the time because we both from Galveston. And I've been knowing it since the 8th grade. So all the stuff that I talk about, she knows.
Right.
So all the stuff that we came up with, the Kung Fu Theater.
Right.
And I lived in the Martini Theater in Galveston, man. That's where all the Fred Williamsons, the Bruce Lees,
the black exploitation. No, the reason I said cartoons because I know a lot of comics have a cartoon base. Sometimes they come from a base of going and watching cartoons, mimicking them, like them. Yes. And that was our first foray into comedy.
Right.
A lot of young, a lot of young Daffy Duck, and I would say Daffy Duck is black. The nigga always trying to sell something, got to hook up, go to Acme and shit, try to holler at the whole side. Exactly. That nigga ain't shit, always it don't work out for him and shit.
Him and Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah. No, he might go to jail for that. Okay, he do a little extra. But okay. So then let me ask you, so is that when you got into black exploitation film when you were young, going to the movie?
I got very early, man, very early,
We're talking about mid-70s,
probably like,
70s.
Probably like in the 5th grade, man. So that's like 75, 76.
Right.
I mean, I stayed in the theater, man, looking at, those type of movies, man.
Right.
Oh, Pam Grier, oh, man, please.
Now, first of all, I heard you had a ridiculous collection.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about how many movies you think you have?
All of them.
Really?
I think I have all of them.
Like probably
and the posters, all of them.
500 movies?
I don't even know if it's 500 made, but
because I saw some shit labeled the black men of of some islands. I heard some of the weirdest stuff. Sucker gonna come back. Some of the weirdest shit.
I challenge people all the time, man. I go to this track meet every year, man, and Bernie Casey was there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sitting with Bernie Casey. We talking. And I say, I'm a big fan of blaxploitation movies. So he trying to challenge me, man.
Right.
Yeah, well, you ain't never seen Tick, Tick, Tick. And at the time I didn't, but it was Jim Brown. So I went, looked at, found it, and I have it now. And then he kept going. He said, you ain't never seen Cornbread Earl? I say, man, you the one shot Cornbread.
Right.
He thought, oh yeah, you know it. So I know, man. I'm a big, like Richie Roundtree, all them cats, and I had a chance to work with a lot of these dudes, man. I worked with Richie Roundtree. I worked with Fred Williamson.
Right.
Yeah, man.
That's a beautiful thing to work with your idols.
Yeah, man.
A couple months ago, Netflix had this thing, Are You Black Enough?
You sent it to me. You sent it to me. I didn't know about it. Yeah,
you didn't know? No, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that was dope, wasn't it? Yeah, that was real dope, man. I didn't know how dope.
Everything.
I didn't know how dope what's his name was. Harry Belafonte said no. He said, I ain't playing them roles, man. For like 10 years, he started engaged into Sidney Poitier, and he wanted winning awards for.
Yep.
So wow. So I you know what? I like that to be another resurgence for us, man. To get together collectively and we just work together, make movies and stuff. Now with all these streaming services, man. Just I feel like I hope it works that way. I try to do that with my little movies I make, man. Instead of some brothers who got the money to do it, they wait for Hollywood.
I seen the slices. Yeah, man.
For the love of money, I put a whole bunch of
all that stuff.
Yeah. I think it'd be just dope if we work together more often, man.
And stop talking about each other, because it's like the NAACP, man. I think they threw a wrench in that era. Because they were always talking about, man, you paying these pimps and hoes.
Right.
But all the pimp movies and all these movies that was back then, they were always trying to beat the man.
Right.
They always trying to get the kids together and beat the man and all that. I mean, it was a message came out of those movies, man.
Sure. No.
Sure. And then they came in and just, said and that's how it happens.
Wow. But
we are worst critics, man.
Come on now. People be in the comments on this shit right here.
Yeah, I know we are worst critics.
And I'm gonna tell you something else for the people in the comments. You ain't shit when you can't use your own name.
I know.
Apple's 800 talking shit about me. You know who I am. My name says who I am, but you Apple's 800 talking shit.
Exactly.
Why are you doing that? You know why? Because you scared your boss or somebody might see you, son.
That's right,
I can't have my boss see me. I got to hide.
You got to hide.
So anytime you make a comment and you comment on me on a negative, if your shit ain't your real name, I ain't got on with that, man.
Don't even read it. Don't even look at it.
Yeah, it ain't even worth it. All right, so you came out here. What year did you come out here?
89.
In 89.
89, man.
I came
we drove, we had a little Nissan Sentra, bro. And I drove all the way like this hill because we had all our stuff in the back.
I love it.
And from Missouri all the way to California, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was she your wife at the time?
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Okay. And you know since the 8th grade?
Since 8th grade.
How did you know that she's the one?
Couldn't stand her. Couldn't stand her in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade.
Damn.
We took a class in the 11th grade. We didn't like each other. And the 12th grade, she called me out of the blue one time because I had a card. Can you take me to my friend's house to get my sweater? I say, what? I said, what are you calling me? Because nobody have a car. You got a car. And there's some you didn't get that for me. But anyway, the sweater. Got the sweater. Went to pick up the sweater. Never seen a sweater. 40 years later, bro.
But first of all, how she have your number, bro?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how that happened. She set me up, bro. She was acting like she didn't like, acting like she ain't liked me for all them years, and then it's called me out of the blue for a sweater. Next thing I know, 2 kids, a mortgage, and we still together.
No, I'm a sweater.
I'm a sweater.
I ain't give no rides or no sweater to nobody.
That's how it happened, man. That's how it happened, man.
So I like that story because you guys came together on this. I call it a struggle. You came out because Hollywood ain't easy when you first come out. You're unknown. Okay, everybody thinks you just pop into movies everywhere you go. No, sir.
Many times.
Wow. Now, what did you do when you first? What kind of job did you do when you first got here?
Man, many times we was digging in the sofa, man, for like quarter so we can go buy some Thai ramen noodles, man. So when I first came out here, I used to deliver brakes. I like take brakes to Sears or to these automotive companies, and and that was it. But it was cool because I used to be out on the street, so I used to audition in the truck. So if I get an audition, I rehearse in the truck, and then I just run by Hollywood, do the audition, boom, 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 and end up getting Martin.
Wow. What was your wife doing at the time?
I think she was working. I don't even remember what she was working downtown LA for this guy, this real estate guy.
Okay.
And but she was going to school, man. She was going to school for like ever since we left Dallas, man. She was in school, and she ended up getting her master's degree at USC, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's what it was worth it, player.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah. I people say have something to fall back on. But I got somebody else's master to fall back.
I ain't mad at you. She stuck with you now.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
All right. So what was the first? What did you tell me? The first thing you got was what?
First movie. The first. Let me see. Was True Colors. That was the first big thing, man. Yeah, with Claude Brooks.
Right.
And Frankie Faison.
I actually auditioned for the.
Is that right?
For the Claude Brooks part.
Yeah.
I had to go to New York. If I'm from DC, I had to go to New York. That was my first audition. I was nervous as hell.
Is that right?
Let me tell you, me and my.
So you've been in the game a while too, then.
Yeah. My manager is gonna laugh. He's gonna see that. We got in an argument in the elevator because I wanted him to have a briefcase with him. With my headshot. I want to look professional. This nigga was coming in with a sweatsuit. I was like, nigga, you look like shit with me, man. I couldn't believe. I said, you ain't got no briefcase? I don't know briefcase. I said, goddamn briefcase. Look professional. We got
at least a satchel or something.
Something, nigga. He just brought himself and shit, okay?
Yeah.
And to this day, we laugh about it, man. We laugh about that damn TV show.
Hey, I did that with my cousin. Or like the one season of Martin. They wasn't having me on there, right? And because I wanted more money, we was like negotiating. So I told my cousin, I said, you know what, just go in there and act like my manager. She a pretty girl. She went in there and act like my manager and stuff, man. And I got the more money.
Really?
Yeah. And she was just sitting up there talking like she really knew what she was doing.
Right. I love it.
Yeah, man.
It's funny. I had an office. I don't know if that's the difference. I had an office one time up in the attic when I was producing a movie, and my secretary was across from me, and I was sitting right here. The phone would ring, and she said, "See the Pierre, let me see if he's in the office." Somebody said, "I want to talk to you." I picked the phone up, hello, and we were right across from each other. We used to laugh at that shit all the time.
You got to play the role, man.
Hey, man, you got to play the role. Make people think.
That's what, what's his name? George Hamilton. George Hamilton, story of George Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
You know George Hamilton?
Yeah, got all the tan.
Yeah. George Hamilton said, man, he was in the office, and he was in getting a movie deal. And they say, what the hell you want? He said, man, so he rented a Rolls Royce, and he drove it, and he parked it by the window. And he said, well, I think I need me another Rolls, because that one getting old. They gave him a Rolls.
Wow.
That's how you got to play the game sometime, right?
The trickery of it all.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm taking it before Martin. What else did you do and get another movie? Because were you in Class Act?
No, I was in Class Act, Menace to Society.
Yeah,
Menace.
Yeah.
Man, I've done so many things, man. But people think that I did so many dramatic things, and
right.
But people know the Martin, man. That was the strongest. Yeah.
Do you think you were typecasted at all?
Well, you know what? When it comes to our people, maybe.
Okay. Right.
But the other Hollywood, they don't know anything about bruh, man. So when I go and audition for these, dramatic roles, I get them. Other roles I get them, but for some reason, us just think that I'm bruh, man. They found me on the streets and they gave me opportunity, but they don't know that I have a background in theater. So
right, sure.
Yeah.
Now, did you had to get Martin as an audition? You had to come with the rest of them. They didn't really pick you out, so you had to audition. What was the role when you first saw it? The brothers walks in the house, eat something, leave?
It was like he go to Martin's house during the boxing episode and go in his refrigerator and, to me I played it straight up. And Eileen McKnight, she said, can you do something different? So I put that Texas on, like my sister used to talk like that sometime. I mess with my sister. She's like, stop, boy. Like that. So I say, in Texas, we had that swing, that little slide. It's like, normal people say, hey, man, if it don't get done today, it'll get done tomorrow. Right. Texas like, hey, man, if it don't get done today, get done tomorrow.
Right.
And I put that in there. So she was like, wow, okay, let's go across the street. Went across the street. Martin and Benny Richburg and, Kunch Bobby, Robbie Countryman and all them cats, man, Bentley. They sitting there with their hats out to the side looking like gangster. Like they was intimidating somebody, right? So I said, I'm finna hit them now. So I hit them with the fifth floor. They just came up, man, and all that, and they was in there crying, man. And I got that. That's the only job that I got on the spot, man. It's like they wanted me there. We had the table read there, and they told other actors, "Thank you. We'll have you another time." And
wow.
Yeah, man.
Now you were from the fifth floor. Or you was a guy walks in. You came.
The character was Brother Man, but that wasn't the name of the character. Benny Richburg was putting Brother Man because he couldn't come up with a name. He said, "I'm gonna come." Yeah, exactly. He said, "I couldn't come up with a name of the character, man. So I'm just gonna name it the next day when I turn the script in." But when I came in and said, "Bruh, man," he said, "Oh, that's it. That's it." So I just left it like that, man. And everything, everything else was like a lot of improv, man.
And what I've heard was one episode situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was one episode, and then they say, "Hey, man." And what's the guy named John Cry, the white guy, Sean on there?
Oh yeah, sure.
He the one suggested to Martin on the first episode. He said, "Man, it'd be funny, bro, man, come to the after the show and hug the whole crowd and the group and say, bro, man, need love too." That was his idea, and we did that, man. The audience was stomping, and Martin said, "You hear that, man? You hear that? We probably bring you back."
I was about to tell you, I'm about to ask you. You could feel when you were doing it that this was going to be a hit.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it was going to be. I knew that the audience liked it.
Okay.
So when Martin said I'm gonna bring it back, then when I came back the second time, and when I came out of the shower and they started giving me a love, I learned that from Billy D. Williams. Because I did the episode of A Different World, and I seen Billy D. Williams never came out in front of the audience until he made his entry. So I didn't come out, I stayed back there. I said, I'm just gonna see how it worked. Then I came out, they loved it, man. That's
wow.
That's how that happened, man.
Wow, wow. I remember that episode. I mean, but all that stuff, like the little small clothes. Who the fuck came up with fifth floor with 4 fingers?
That was me.
Really?
And Martin, everybody was laughing except Martin. He didn't get it. Because I was doing like this. I say, "Man, bro, man, upstairs, fifth floor." He said, "Man, why everybody laughing?" And they said, he's saying fifth floor would have 4 fingers. He said, "I can't see that." He said, "Oh, turn it like that." And that's how they came about. He said, because you can see it better, because it's almost like 5, but he said, "Turn it like that." And that's how we did it, man. Then walking through the door, what the walk, I'm gonna tell you how the walk came about. The first episode when Martin told me to get out of his chair, I got up and I'm straight out of theater, in college. I'm always, stay in your light.
Okay.
Even though they have 5 cameras, it's really not.
Sure.
So I'm like, well, I want my mother to see me a little longer. So I got up and I started walking slow with the bop.
Right.
And that was it for the miles, man.
Really?
And Tashina's like, "Yo, you seen the walk? That walk was hilarious." That's how the walk stayed in, man.
Ain't that crazy how just the little nuances, the little things,
the little things, man,
that made that to such a huge,
Yep. And see, and I was right out of college. I was right out learning stage movement and expressions, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this character with expressions and the timing. When I go out the window, some people like do like this and go out the window, but it's the time. It's like.
Right.
Then go. You know what I'm saying? All the little bitty things. You know how. And that made it that much more funnier.
Wow. And you did how many? 12 episodes?
Probably 12. I think 12, no more than 13.
And what the fucking 100 shows?
Yeah.
And you stand on like some people think you probably was a regular cast.
I know a lot of people do think that, man. And a lot of kids, man, they used to tell me they thought that Martin, found me on the streets, and I was homeless. And they gave me a job.
Hustle man.
Yeah. So that was cool. I mean, I think that's a compliment if I made them think that I was that type of character. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Now, you still stay in touch with any of the other people?
Car Pain.
Yep.
Man. I mean, I was tight with Tommy. I was tight with Tommy. May rest in peace. I was tight with Tommy, man, and we liked the electronics, man. I'm an electronic, but we used to have. I think we was the first cats that had the Liberty portable VCR players, 8mm. Man, you could take on the plane with you. There was a Liberty 8mm VCR, man. You popped the little tape in, they pop up, yeah.
Okay.
So I used to hang out with Tommy sometimes, man.
Yeah, I remember him and the Carl. Okay, Carl, and well, the whole crew, because reunion,
I was on the reunion.
Yeah, you was on the reunion, man.
Did the reunion, man.
How'd that feel?
Man, it felt like we never left. It felt, it was two times that I did the Chris Brown and Big Sean video. They had the set. And then when we did the reunion, man, those 2 times it really felt like I was back in the saddle again, hanging with them, you know what I'm saying? So that was cool, man.
You told me a funny story that how one time Martin came to bat for you. You was walking on the set and he picked you up in a car.
Oh yeah.
What was that?
Man, I was on a set and I think I was supposed to be there at 10 o'clock.
Now hold on. Was this was like the first time? This is like the second time? How many times had you done Bruh Man by that time?
Probably about maybe 5, 6 times.
Okay, so you was in the rhythm.
I was in the rhythm.
Okay, go ahead. All right.
And I think I was supposed to be on the set at 10.
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to be on 10. And Martin started me on the lot and he picked me up. He said, yo, man, what's up, man? Come on, get in. I got in. I said, man, I thought I was supposed to be here at 10. I don't have to be here till 11.
Right.
He's like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. So we got into the thing. We sitting around the table. And so Martin said, yo, who told Reg you're supposed to be here at 10? You're supposed to be here at 11. I wasn't saying it like that. I was just I was happy to be there. I'm going to chill in my trailer,
Sure.
Man, they got him and the producers and took it to the back. They got into it, man. And I'm sitting there in front of Tommy and Tashina and Tisha, feeling like a big donkey with the ears, man. I'm like, oh, man, like I'm a snitch. I'm like, oh, man. But it was kind of cool. He went to bat, but I didn't want him to do that, though.
Like that, right. The producer didn't look at you differently after that.
Nah. It was always cool. Matter of fact, they put me on another show, man. The show with Maestro.
Okay.
Yeah. Maestro had a show called The Show.
Okay.
Yeah, we did like about 7 episodes. And then,
Okay.
Yeah, same producers.
Working on something. Shit, you're popping up here, you're popping up there, you're always popping up somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a blessing, man, because, you work hard.
Right.
You put in the work and you do what you do. And, it come to you. So it was coming to me, man.
No, that's a beautiful thing. Being so popular on Martin, how did the transition when it was over with, how did that happen? Like, going in for auditioning, trying to reprove yourself. We talked about being typecasted, but even mentally,
right.
Now you're not there,
right.
You're not doing it no more. That was kind of like, even though you only did it 12 times, right. I feel like that sustained you who you are.
Right. It did, and it carried right over to Bernie. Like right after the Martin thing, I went in. And the thing about Bernie is like they wanted me to audition, I think on a Wednesday, and I told them I had a comedy show in Alabama. I said I can't come.
What?
That's what they said. That was the same reaction. They're like, what? I said, hey man, I'm committed though. I was committed. I signed a contract. I'm committed. I'm a man of my word. And I was like, wow, this it was a big decision, man. So
I know it was.
They're like, well, we ain't gonna guarantee, the way, blah blah blah. I said, all right, left. Man, as soon as I land, they called me, man. They say, my agent said, they said they'll wait till you get back tomorrow. Wow, so I went back. Bernie was in there, man. I hit Bernie. I did the audition, and Bernie did like this. Nice. I knew I had to. And I was walking out of the lot, and I heard this other actor was there. He's talking about, yo, man, Bruh Man was there. He was on the phone. Right. I was behind him. Right, really? Yeah.
Wow.
Bruh Man was there. Yes, and that's how I got that part, man.
What is it something about? I met Bernie twice. I worked open up for him one time. I remember his aura. It was non-Hollywood. To tell you what I felt. Non-Hollywood, straight up real man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To me, that you're gonna get what you get with him. You know what I'm saying? What is it something about him that we don't know that that you being around him that you felt or got to know? Because I know you like him a lot. You was a fan of his as a person too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Bernie,
Understood.
Bernie was a good brother, man. If he asks you, how you doing, he mean it. He wasn't know what kind of Hollywood, deal you have, how much money you have. he was one of the realest cats that you could meet.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Love that brother.
Yeah, I could tell, man. I mean, you know, on your page and all that. And I can understand, brother, because there ain't many like that out here.
No, it's
you
not.
know what I'm saying?
Not,
that you
bro.
can feel.
It's not. It's not. Good dude, man. Good dude. Wow. And he let you be you. You know, it's like, man, we used to laugh, man. Bernie used to tell us so many stories, man. You know, like when he got sick, he was telling us a story about, he said he went in, you know, when he's supposed to do, what was that, the movie Ocean's 11, the last one. He said, yo, man, let me tell you something, man. He said, I was sick. He said, but I did, you know, I had to do what I had to do. Brad Pitt broke his ankle. So they pushed the movie back. Bernie was doing Guess Who? That was his first starring solo movie. So he was like, man, I was doing this movie. And so producers got mad at him because they had to push the production back and Bernie couldn't do when they wanted him to do it.
Right.
So Bernie said, man, he say this is a true story, Reg. It's no lie. He said, I was sitting at dinner with some of the producers and stuff. He said they sounded just like the Italian mob. He said, yo, Bernie, we fucking made you, son. We the one did this. All that over that bullshit, we made you, man. And you can't do this for us? He said, after they got through doing that whole thing, he said, I say, come on, man, don't kill me, man. Don't kill me, man. That's true story, dude.
I can believe that.
That's true story. That's true story.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
Yeah, he's like, man, dude, I was scared to death, man. But, you know, I believe that Bernie worked so hard, man, that last year or two, that, I mean, it just ran him down. It ran him down.
He worked hard because he knew what he had.
Yeah. I mean, he was hot at the time. And, it was time we used to be on the set, we'll do our scene, and then he would put the oxygen on.
Really?
And then, you know, he go to his he had a dressing room downstairs, they had one upstairs. So he'll go put the oxygen on, go in his room, put the oxygen on, come back. You know, you see how puff his face because he was taking the prednisone and stuff. And man, he it was like you could tell the man was working like he couldn't really breathe real well, you know,
right,
and but he did what he did because he loved what he loved. He loved to do what he did, you know. So yeah, Bernie told us, he said, man, I'm gonna tell you our people, man. Our people ain't nothing, man. We ain't shit, man. We ain't nothing. He said, man, I was in the hospital, man, laying on my deathbed. That's the first time he got sick. He said, man, I'm laying on it, and he said, man, the orderlies and stuff coming there. Yo, prop him up, let me take a picture. He said they had me all up like this here taking pictures.
Wow. Yeah, we do that. We do that.
So man, he used to tell us some stories, man, that was so, I mean, he told us one story, man. It's one, I do this on stage. This is one story, man. He said that he started, when he first started comedy, promoter owed him $75.
Oh,
wow. He said they wasn't coming to give his money, so he got tired. He said, knocked on the door, boom, 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 boom. He said, a big dude, like 6'8", comes to the door, yo, what's up? Oh, motherfucking money. He said, dude, said, we ain't got the money right now. Walk it off. That's where you get to walk it off. He said, walk it off. Fuck that motherfucking money. He said, the dude said, walk it up and touch my hand. Throw that motherfucking hand. Right. He said, why I do that? Because the next thing I heard was, wallop, wallop. He said, man, the motherfucker hit me in my motherfucking nail so motherfucking hard, I couldn't even hear what motherfucker was saying. He said, some motherfucker looking down with their lips moving like, are you all right? He said, I got him up and said, walk it off. I got up and I walked it off. Right. That's Bernie Mac.
For $75. For $75.
Yeah, for $75.
Wow. Now you said when you did the oxygen thing, did you know what he was going through at the time, or did you?
When I did the show?
Yeah. Did you know he was? You know.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't know what was
bad?
wrong with him. Oh. You know, I knew that he had to. We never really talked. Well, he told us what he had. He told us what he had. Sarcoidosis. Yeah, he told us that. And but
so hold on. He tells the whole crew that at one time.
Well, when we were around the table. It's like, me and Mike Ralph and Lombardo, Barry, we sitting around the table, the car buddies.
Right.
And we used to talk, man. I mean, we were so good at what we did that we used to talk. We used to have Joe talking. They say action. We go right into the scene. Oh, yeah. And then they say cut. We go right back into talking, until we had somebody like a guest on there. Like Sugar Shane came on there one time. Sugar
Shane Mosley boxer.
Sugar Shane couldn't get it. It was like, yo, Sugar, this is your part. It's for you, man. Just say you. Where you guys staying at the Mandalay Bay?
Oh, hell no.
Cut. Right. Take two. Yeah, but so we used to talk, and he used to give us a whole lot of information, man, a whole lot of jokes and a whole lot of just, talk about his uncle, man. I remember one time he told his uncle had his leg was swollen, And his uncle like, yo, he said, yeah, man, I got a lot of information in here. You know, so he used to tell us little stories like information, yeah. Right, so yeah, so we used to, and we was just good at what we did, man.
Right.
And Bernie was just, you know, we lost the, you know, we played golf, man, and man, oh yeah, man, had fun with that dude.
Wow,
he used to give us gifts, man, like, you know, robes, watches, and I got a whole nice Bernie Mac poker set, man, you know, in the case and all that stuff. Man.
Man, it's so sad. Yeah, like I said, I met him twice. I worked with him once, and I met him again behind stage in L.A. at a big concert, and I remember the white guys were all trying to giggly around him, and he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like, man.
Yeah, man.
He saw me start talking to me, and shit,
right.
You know, the little agents and how they do that.
That's
kind
Bernie,
of stuff.
man.
I'm down with Bernie Mac, dude.
That was Bernie, dude.
Yeah. He had a major impact, and people love him to this day, man. You know, you know, I hear it a lot of times. You name the top comics, you know, Bernie Mac's name will still come up.
That's right. That's right.
And even though he may have had a long career, he didn't have a long career when we knew him. Because when he hit Def Jam, it was 17 years into his career at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
right.
But
He's been out for a while. He's been out slinging for a while.
Man.
Yeah, man. Because like you say, $75 gigs. He used to say, man, sometimes, you know, he say, man, sometimes, man, my wife be telling me I ain't gonna come home with the money. You ain't nothing but a punk. You ain't nothing but a punk. You ain't come home with the money. You ain't gonna come home with the money. He say, man, he go, dude, supposed to pay him $375. That's how he said it. He didn't add it up. They supposed to pay him $375, man. And I came home with $175, and I came back in. She say, see, I told you ain't with the money.
You was a punk. So okay. So talking about comedians. So when did you decide to start doing stand-up comedy?
J. Anthony Brown.
Okay.
He used to warm up the audience for Martin.
Yep.
And he say one day he pulled me aside. He said, "Yo, man, I got a club in Houston. Why don't you go in this host? You know, bring up the comics." I say, "Oh, really?" He said, "I give you $1,000 for 7 shows." I thought that was a lot of money, dude. You remember back in the day, that's a lot of money. And I'm like, "Wow, okay." I said, "Can I tell jokes?" He said, "If you think you can." And I went there, man, and I started, you know, cracking jokes. And then this other guy, Vance Bradford, saw me in audience. You remember that? You know, Vance saw me in the audience. He said, "Man, I know this dude that do comedy, we going across around the world, military bases, and we need a host." So I just started hosting and learning jokes and picking up jokes here, picking up jokes there, and there to go. That's how I started doing it.
Were you nervous when the first time you did stand-up?
Hell yeah, I'm still nervous. Every time I go up on stage, man, I'm nervous, you know. So I tell people I'm an actor acting like a comic.
Wow.
I can act like a comic real well for I can make you laugh about 45 to an hour. After that, you better come get me.
Hell no. I worked with you plenty of times, man. You did well. You did very well. You did very well. How do you feel when people feel, you know, a little iffy about people who weren't coming to the stand-up comedy game?
Right.
Jumped into comedy. So a lot of veterans feel like, they feel mad about some of these young cats now, Instagram, but I'm just saying, basically, somebody who ain't a stand-up comic, who ain't come through a stand-up comedy thing, and now you're doing, how did you feel?
I remember you had mentioned that before. I was reading your Facebook, you had touched on that. And, you know, to me, man, you know, if you're an entertainer, you know, like I say, I'm an actor coming into the game on that level. And I know where my place is. I never try to say that I'm this comic better than I don't put myself in this because I know, you know, like yourself, you've been in the game for a long time. You know, I know, you know, if somebody say you and Pierre on the show, first thing I say, "Hey man, Pierre gonna last?" you know, but if I have to, I do what I have to. Right. But I know where my place at. But when it comes to auditioning, and if I see comics in the room, I'm like, I start licking my chops like, they didn't study this script. They don't know, you know, script analysis. They don't know how to break it down. You know what I'm saying? They just going on, they did this sheer comedy, you know what I'm saying? Sheer comedy, but you know, it's hard, man. I mean, you do what you want to do. Right. Do what you want to do. But I don't never step outside my lane and say that, you know, I'm this pioneer comedian because I didn't start as a comic. Right.
Yeah. I like what you just said because, you know, actors can be mad at comedians who get taking their roles.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
To me, ain't nobody. It don't belong to nobody.
Nobody, dude.
You throw it up. Whoever catches
it.
It is what it is at that point.
That's right, man.
So.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I know you don't.
Make people laugh. You make them have a good time. I prefer bringing out all the emotions of a person. You know, like when I did CJ Memphis, I love making them laugh with the songs and the dance. And then when I got into prison, I like to bring them to tears. You know what I'm saying? So I like bringing emotions out in people. So to me, I rather acting over comedy.
Right.
Stand up.
Do you have a favorite zone to be in? Dramatic over comedy?
Man, you know, it's crazy because I did a lot of comedy, but I've done a lot of dramatic stuff too. Mm-hmm. I think I feel most comfortable doing comedy.
Okay.
You know, comedy acting, yeah. And I feel safe doing drama. I feel safe. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I feel comfortable doing the comedy. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Give me an actor, it could be old schoolers, that you say is the epitome, that someone you look up to saying, this man could do both, you know, whatever. This is a solid person. Huh?
De Niro.
De Niro?
Robert De Niro, man. When I seen, you know, when I first seen Taxi Driver, bro.
Wow, okay.
I was hit. I was like, dude, this dude really played 3 characters without knowing that he played 3 characters. In that movie.
Watch that movie again.
Oh man, that movie's so dope, man. And then, you know, you have some, you know, cats that don't get the recognition. Like I like Keith David, man. Keith David is good.
Man.
Like Keith David. Money to Bun. I like Wes. Wesley could bring it too in comedy. He could do some comedy dramatic. And I'm gonna tell you though, who surprised me, dude, when I seen Mr. Church. With Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh man, I think Eddie could do it. I think Eddie if Eddie really concentrated on just doing dramatic stuff, man, I think Eddie'd be real good, man. I think he'll be better than people think because when I saw him in Mr. Church, man, I was like, woo.
Yeah. He didn't get the recognition he deserved.
Exactly.
It's funny you said Wesley Snipes can do comedy and drama. He can. Are you okay with Tu Wong Fu? I mean, he had the dress on, bro.
Let me tell you something, man. Hey. Some people, some people shouldn't put them on. You know?
He looked hot.
I couldn't wear a dress, man, because I wouldn't look good in the dress, bro. I wouldn't look good in the dress.
That might be the whole comedy, but you don't look good in the dress.
You think so?
I mean, that might be the role. Like, you know what? A big old strong dude in a dress don't look right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I don't think my wife would let me do that, man.
But you're an actor, brother.
I know it.
You're an actor, man.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Jeez.
If I had to do a role, where we talked about this before. If I had to do a role where, you know, like say for instance, you had gay bashing.
Okay.
You know, people.
A movie about gay bashing?
Yeah, a movie about. Like, I'm talking about how you have gay bashing now. Somebody's life story that he got bashed and killed.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I would play something like that to bring awareness to somebody. Say, hey man, you know what? This is the wrong thing to do.
Sure.
You know, but you know, other than that, man, I don't know, man. I mean, hey. I just feel like, you know, I wouldn't look good in the dress.
You know what's so funny? Like I have no problem because I know people.
Yeah.
I wear a dress. It has nothing to do. Like I'll put a gun in my hand and blow a nigga head off, and I ain't blowing people's heads off and shit.
Let me tell you, white actors have done it for years.
Come on.
I seen my favorite actor, Robert De Niro, had a long dress slip on before. I seen, you know, you have a lot of white actors do it, and when black actors do it, they think. I understand where they're coming from because they feel like, you know, some of our strongest black actors are really, you know, like the top actors in the game. Right. You don't see, you really never see like actors that play the supporting roles, the black supporting roles. You never really see that. You always see the strong black actors with the dresses on. So you don't see like that character that's fifth on the call sheet.
Right.
You know how to do it.
Right.
You know, there's always that one dude on the call sheet at the top that does it. So I think people tripping on that. But let me tell you something, man. You know, I know who I am.
Sure.
You know, I know, like I said, I've been married 35 years. I love women.
Right.
Well, I love my wife.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
so
the
yeah,
idea
man.
of women.
Nobody could make me.
Women.
Nobody could make me. It's just like, you know how they say, you know, people like they do gay bash and talk about, you know, gays and stuff. Let me tell you something, man. No man can tell another man how to love. If you let a man tell you how to love, then you're not a man. I don't care if you like men or not. You know, that's the truth. You can't. No man can tell you like go with a white. You know, if you go with a white girl, you married to a white girl, they're gonna tell you, hey man, you can't tell this man how to love, man. Man, funk that. And anybody fall for that trip, hey man, that's on you. You weak.
Right. No. I like that. I hear that. But look at some of the greatest comedians of all time wore dresses.
Yeah, exactly.
The greatest. I mean, exactly. A whole bunch of them.
Back all the way back, black, white, Mexican, everybody.
Yeah.
So you know what you do. And if you trying to make people laugh, if you think that's gonna get a laugh out of somebody, then hey man, you do what you feel like you gotta do, man. I mean, who are you to judge me? Who's somebody to judge you, man? It's like, you know, you do what you want to do. I know what I want to do. I know what I wouldn't do. Like when I first came to the game, I told my agent, I say, hey man, I don't want to do alcohol commercials because I don't drink. Never drank in my life.
Okay.
I don't do alcohol commercials. You know, I don't want to do that.
Right.
So it's like when you see us at the table at the Bernie, you know, like the cigars, they had them lit. I didn't like mine, you know, and I always had the soda, you know, so I don't promote something that I don't like.
Right.
So I think it's what you like or what you feel like that you stand for, then that's how you go about your life. You know, if you feel like, man, I don't want to wear no dress, man, because then that's your life. That's okay. You know, you feel like that. People, you know, like gay people, you know, if you gay, is no man can make you want to be with another man. Nothing. No man can make a homosexual be straight. Exactly, straight. That's it. Right. We are who we are because that's who we are. Whatever made me who I am, straight, made that person who they are that way. That's what I believe.
You know what's funny? I know gay people. I mean, I haven't in show business, but I've known gay people all my life. And the gay people, I've asked them, you know, about were you born gay or whatever, or you turned gay. And all of them told me they were gay. They were born gay. Right. Now, some numbskull who ain't gay will tell me that, you know, nah, they became gay. What gay person do you know? Exactly, you ask the person who's gay and say that. You know what I'm saying?
Ask a straight person, were you born straight? What they gonna tell you?
Well, they'll say yeah. Of course they're gonna say yeah. Right, but when I hear that, I'm like, you know, and then again, you're worrying about somebody else's image, you know, black man being whatever. But what are you doing to perpetuate or propel black image? Not just smoking weed, fucking all women random and shit, got baby mamas all left and right. That ain't motherfucking promoting no positive black image. And you were talking about some gay stuff?
Right.
With that
gangster,
bullshit,
everybody
man.
gangster. Everybody want to be
you know
gangster.
What I'm saying? So it's like, whatever, man.
Everybody want to be a gangster until that gangster time come out. When it's time, when it's time to ante up. Ain't nobody gangster no more. I don't want to be no gangster no more.
It's whatever. Speaking of roles, has there ever been, name a role that you went out for that you really wanted that you didn't get?
Cool Runnings.
Jamaican,
cool running. Man, I had my Jamaican accent down.
Let me hear a little bit.
I can't do it now.
Oh, well, I can't do it.
I can't do it now. No, I had it down.
Didn't either.
Yeah, but which kind of got it? Malik.
Malik
Yoga got the part, man.
Wow.
I wanted that bad, dude, because at that time it was hot. It was a hot role, hot movie coming out. You know, I was like, I want that one.
Wow.
He got me on that one, man.
Did you even get close? Did you call back?
I got called back.
Oh yeah, I got
called back. Yeah, but you know, they said that he had the reason they gave me. They said, well, we going with him because you know he have roots in Jamaica and and blah blah blah. I was like, I wanted to say, man, I should have came in and told my grandmother was from Jamaica.
Okay, you're talking about fuck them roots and shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a role that I went out for. Oh, man, I've talked about this before. I don't know. I got close on a couple of movies, like really close.
Right.
And I like saying these things because people can think, oh, I can imagine, bro, man, and Cool Run.
When I was more in shape, I was in shape then back in the 80s, man. I was like,
right. Well, you're in shape now. You're
I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, it is a shape, motherfucker.
You stupid, man.
Oh shit! But no, yeah. I had what movie I did? I guess the one with the one with what's the movie? Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
The Chris Tucker part.
Oh, you went to that?
Yeah. I read with Quentin Tarantino.
Really?
His producer, I forgot his producer name. I can't think right now, but yeah, man, I came back.
Wow.
And Jackie Brown Carmen was the director for Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, they called my manager. I think he got it, you know, because it was like a week later. We've seen other people. We think he got it.
Right.
And then Chris Tucker was like, man, I think I want to work with De Niro.
And
Sam Jackson. And this nigga had a movie. I think he had like a lead in what's that? Money Talks already. Like, you ain't need that little ass.
Didn't need that money,
that
man.
little one scene up. And
it turned out to be a good movie, man. And I'm a big Pam Grier fan, man. I remember she came. You know, people don't think actors get starstruck. You know, I was working on Martin. She came. I seen her come. She was working on the lot too. She's working at a stage. I think 30 something. We was at 33. She's working down maybe stage 37. And so she came out of the dressing room, and we all sitting around, you know, me, Carl Payne, his wife, and we all chilling. You know, we just sit on this little golf cart. And she came out, and she started talking to us, right? Dude, I couldn't open my mouth. I was like this. And I was just looking at her. I was looking at her, and then she walked away. And I told her, I was like, dang, man, I missed my opportunity to talk to Pam Grill, man. But ain't never had that chance again, brother.
You know, they had some fine sisters in there.
Oh, man. I can tell you all of them.
Thelma Hopkins. Well, not Thelma Hopkins.
Man, let me tell you something. You had Annazette Chase. You had Denise Nichols.
What about Diana Sands? Was it Diana Sanders?
Which one? Dan?
Yeah, she's supposed to play Clea. She's supposed to play the one with Donna Carroll with all the kids and shit. What was
Claudine.
Claudine.
She's supposed to play Claudine.
She had the first 6 weeks and got sick. She wanted
really?
To away.
And
she recommended.
I never knew that. I never knew that.
Do the role. Yeah,
I never knew that.
Claudine. Yeah,
man, they had a whole lot of them back then. Nichelle Nichols, all of them.
She was fine. Ooh, she fine.
Yeah, man.
Cause she was
Tracy Reed. Oh,
I remember Tracy Reed.
Yeah, Tracy Reed was in Piece of Action. She was Sidney Poitier's wife. Piece of Action, light skin.
Okay.
Yeah, and man, Car Wash. The girl, the waitress, Car Wash. Yeah, Tracy Reed.
She was fine. Yeah. Who played Cleopatra?
Yeah, Tamara Dobson.
Yeah.
Teresa Graves. Ooh. You had Vanetta McGee.
Vanetta, come on, Vanetta McGee. And remember,
I know them all, brother.
Another one with the same kind of name. What was her name?
Yvette McGee.
Yvette, see, come on, brother.
Yeah, I know them all, man. I told you, boy, you can't get me on them. Okay. I know all them.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I tell you, one night I was sleeping and I woke up around 2 or 3 in the morning and there was a movie on, and I was looking. I was like, what in the fuck? And I found out it's an hour and a half movie. I must have caught like 30 minutes into it and watched the whole hour. Mm-hmm. And you know what movie it was? There's something about it. I was like, this nigga changed. I'm gonna give you little hints to see this. This nigga changing outfits every scene, damn near.
Was it who had a whole lot of outfits? Was Fred Williamson? Oh yeah, who was it?
Willie Dynamite.
Oh,
that nigga changed outfits. I was like, what the fuck, big old hat. Really? Man, I didn't know what I was watching, man. It was back there before you could see what the came on. I was like, what is this movie? You know, they had no...
you watch him, man, you feel hot looking at all the stuff he had on, boy.
Okay, he had
mink coats. You ever seen a mink hat?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The dude had on a mink hat with cotton.
And the way he went down them steps.
Oh,
that was the me. If you ever,
that was it. That was it. You can stop the movie right there. Right. But did you notice, that was a dude from Sesame Street.
Yes.
Right? So when he walked off the movie at the end,
okay,
I swear it looked like he was walking straight to Sesame Street because that was the same street, dude.
Really?
That was the same street, dude. I'm like, this dude walked off of his movie right into Sesame Street. Look at it the next time you see it.
You do a little drinking, mother. You kind of do some commercials for some drinking, motherfucker.
Nah, I'm trying to tell you. Look at it, man. That dude walked right off the set, right into Sesame Street, bro.
All right, I'm going to tell you a movie. If he knows this movie, I'm bowing down. Do you have an idea? I'm gonna tell you the name of it and see if you remember.
Okay.
I said black exploitation. Yeah, black exploitation.
Has been in the 70s.
Yeah. And
okay.
Yaphet Kotto was in it.
Monkey Hustle.
No.
Okay.
No, bro.
Tell me.
Oh, I'm gonna give you some clues. It was a white young cop chasing a pimp.
White young cop
trying to investigate a pimp.
Investigating a pimp. Young white cop.
I'll give you one more clue unless you can think of it. And they were stuck in the elevator.
Oh,
come on! If you don't know it, 3,
it was 2.
Damn all that. What's the name of the movie?
I forgot the name of the movie, but I know what you're talking about because the whole movie was pretty much in the elevator.
Yeah. He chased him up in there.
Yep. I forgot the name of that movie.
Report to the Commissioner.
Report to the Commissioner.
Come on, brother! Ding ding! I got you! Ding ding!
Yeah, that really wasn't a black exploitation movie.
Let me get the fuck up out of here, man. You ain't guessing? You ain't guessing? Nah,
they report to the commissioner. I remember that movie though. I remember that movie.
Man, report to the commissioner.
Yeah, yep. Because I really didn't like it because it stayed in the doggone elevator too much for me.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like.
And what happened was he was to chase the black pimp, and they talked so long they started understanding and sympathizing with the cop, the pimp, and he was going to help him escape.
Exactly.
At the top of the elevator, and that motherfucker, they tore his ass. The black guy shot him up. The white boy went to jail. And then I think at the end he hung himself.
Yep. It was almost like Defiant Ones, how they came together. You know what I'm saying? You put two black people, black and a white together, and let them see each other's, cultures, how they could come together.
Right.
Yeah.
And this wasn't a black exploitation movie, but because it was different. Yeah, it was 70s, late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, but it could have been. I don't know. The Warriors.
Oh yeah, the Warriors, man. Yeah,
Robert Townsend was in there.
Was he?
Let me tell you, Robert Townsend. Remember the guy was saying, what was he saying? What? Not the end.
Cyrus?
Yeah, in the beginning,
Cyrus.
y'all come together.
Yeah, Cyrus.
And it was like 2,000 people out there.
Right.
He was one of them niggas. he got a picture running and shit, like just running.
Hey, you sound like my uncle, man.
He was like this and running.
You sound like my uncle, man. You know that White Stacks, remember White Stacks they had back in the day, that concert with Isaac Hayes? You ever see the album cover? Album cover got like 1,000 cats on. Mom talking about, man, I'm on that album cover. Yeah.
No, Robert Townsend had like a picture in his office, like running and shit. And Warriors.
He running, yeah. That was a cold movie though. I love the Warriors, man.
I was wanting to make a remake of that. I thought it could be dope.
Yeah, it'd be real nice, man. Because I tell people now, every time I smell the ocean, I feel like I'm at home. When I go home, it ain't really the ocean, it's the Gulf of Mexico, but we say ocean. Yeah.
Wow, that's dope, man.
Yeah, man.
What a life, man. When you say somebody takes their vows serious through sickness and health,
yeah.
I mean some real health. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That your wife gave you a kidney.
Gave me a kidney, brother. Gave me a kidney about 2 years ago, 2020. And it was funny because we was like a perfect match. They put the blood together, man. Sure. The blood contracted together and all that kind of stuff, man. Yeah. I know. Don't let me forget it, though. She don't let me forget it, bro.
You told me some shit. I'm gonna blast you, mother.
No, let me tell it.
Okay. You tell it how you want to tell it, mother. I'm gonna tell it.
Man, I told Pete, man. I say, man, look at here, man. I say, man, my wife sent me to get this little filter, man. We got the little COVID filter, right? Went to get the little filter, man. She told me it's $150. I say, man, told me it's $150, man. I had to pay $254, man. I had to go there and pay all my money, man. I ain't want to pay all that money. All that talking I did. After any nigga, she gave you a kidney.
The operation about $400.
I set up right. I was like, yeah.
Right. You still owe $399,000 and $900, mother. Okay.
Nigga, she gave you a kidney. Okay? I know, right?
Lucky she can't take it back.
She don't never let me get, man. She wake me up to wake me up 3 o'clock in the morning. Get up, go pee. I'm like, I ain't got to pee. Yes, you do. Because my kidney got to pee. That mean the other one got to pee.
Hell no. I love
they used to peeing at the same time.
That's actually funny. I'm
like, man, come on. I gave you a kidney.
Right, man. Somebody,
Whatever, man. Sometimes I want to take it out.
Hell
take a butcher knife and take this bath out. Just let me swell up.
Okay, really?
Hey, Texas Kidney Foundation, man. Get screened. Texas Kidney Foundation, man. You can get screened for free, for kidney disease, man. But I'm going to tell you something, dude, because I didn't, black people, we don't go, especially men, we don't go to the hospital, dude. Like we find a knot on our leg, we going to just, white people find a knot on their leg, they go to the hospital. We find out leg, we gonna feel on the other leg, see if a knot on there.
Hell no.
But not on there, we like, oh wait, cool, supposed to be there. No. But I found out, man, because my hands was swelling up, and my feet, my ankles, and all that was swelling up.
Sure.
And I was still just chilling, I'm good. And then, man, when the balls swole up, I'm like, yo.
Now I gotta go see somebody.
I waited for a couple of days because I was walking down the street.
Really?
But after that.
Remember
they had to get it right.
Hold on, you like one of them motherfuckers.
Exactly. Okay. And I had to go get checked, man. And now I get checkups, man, every month, man. I go get blood work done.
Nice.
Make sure everything's right, man. But I had open heart before that.
Oh, really?
I think I had COVID before COVID came out.
Right.
And I had to hit open heart surgery, man. I was all jacked up, dude.
A friend of mine, and I didn't understand, but I do understand. I'm glad she's there. A friend of mine, his brother gave him a liver, I think.
Oh, really?
I think a liver. Okay.
Yeah. You can do that.
I give a liver, right?
Yeah. You do that.
Because nigga was drinking. So the motherfucker said, I'm going to give you a liver. Save your life.
Right.
And the nigga kept on drinking. And the brother was so pissed off. Like,
really?
I gave you a liver,
right.
Whatever, how you give a liver.
Right.
And you gonna do that to my liver, mother? And the dude died from alcohol and liver, He told the liver up.
Oh, wow.
And I remember first thinking like, what? But I was like, yeah. If I give you a liver to save your life, and you gonna tear that sucker up?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad your wife is there for you and help you. Keep that.
Yeah, she tried to rein me in sometimes. Sometimes I go and get a little sugar here and there, but I'm trying to stop.
The sugar?
I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I can't be messing around with the sugar.
I have one kidney.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah. I've had one since I was 10 years old.
My mother and my sister had one kidney.
Oh,
Born like that, dude.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't know that was normal.
Yeah. Look at me, man. I'm still suave with it.
Still doing it. Yeah. They
now,
were born
here's
one
one
kidney.
thing about the kidney I learned. That's what I learned. You know, when it goes down, you can't repair it. You can stop it from going worse.
Right.
So there ain't no fixing the kidney, motherfucker.
Right.
If you got whatever your numbers are, they start going down.
Right.
If you like you said, what'd you say? Texas to what?
Yeah, Texas Kidney Foundation.
Yeah, Texas Kidney, whatever you.
Yeah, you
brothers,
get free screen, all that, man.
Because once it go down, it start going out. You can't lift it back up again.
That's right.
That's what the doctor told me. He said, you can save it from going lower.
That's right.
By taking care of yourself. Yeah.
You got to take care of yourself, man.
And it's funny you said that too about black men not going to the doctors unless. You know, you will if it get down to the property.
Get down to
You fuck with your dick, you gonna go get that the first day. Like, hold on, I don't feel right. But your arm, your neck can fall off, your toe, your ears can fall off, your eyes blinded and shit.
Yep.
But want them nuts and things.
What's up, man? Them nuts, boy.
Act up, like, hold up,
nuts, you like, wow.
Right.
I was like, at first I was like, wow.
You stupid.
This little bush look good right
hell
here.
No.
This little bush look good right here.
Your wife was the first one told you, now something ain't feeling right now. A little tap, a little wrong with the tap, nigga, okay?
I know, but you know, the bigger the balls, it makes the thing go back in though. So you all ball now. You can see the head sticking out like, yo, nigga, what's going on?
You out there like Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball. Nigga.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how I felt. That's how I felt, dog.
Hell to the no, man. Hell to the no, man. That's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, man. But she was there with me, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, we've been through a whole lot, dude.
Well,
I
remember this, man.
A lot of stuff.
Remember this, man. She gave you a sweater. You gave her your kidney. She gave you a kidney. You got a sweater for her.
Yeah,
a sweater kidney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, sweater kidney. Exactly. And people don't understand. I'm telling you the other thing black people don't understand. Like what happened was, like, even though we was a perfect match, well, her kidney was small. Okay. So I had to get another kidney. So what happened was, it's called swap. It's swap thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So what it is like she gave her kidney to somebody else.
Right.
And somebody else gave me a kidney for me. So you know, black people, you know, we have real, you know, a problem with kidney disease, and they don't understand that you don't necessarily have to have a match. But if you had somebody that's willing to donate a kidney, then you can swap out for somebody that is a match, and you wouldn't be on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? So you could do it that way. So that's why the Texas Kidney Foundation would let you know how, you know, the steps to take to do that with, you know, the free screening and stuff, man.
So somebody walking around with your white kidney?
Yeah, man. Somebody, some Mexican guy. No, I got a white chick in me.
A white chick? What? You got a white woman up in you, man?
Well, I think she white. She sounded white in the leather. In the leather. In the leather. She sounded white.
Damn.
Yeah, she sounded white in the leather. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at you.
She had the over 49-cent stamp on there, so I know there wasn't no black person right there.
All right. So I get questions. I got some questions to ask.
Yeah.
I'm asking, you know, what it is. It's for you. I got 3 questions, and let's see what you can talk about. You know, how you talk about it. All right, let me go one. How do you feel about your co-star of the Bernie Mac thing, Camille Winbush, I guess, starting an OnlyFans page?
OnlyFans. Oh, is that with the
a little bit of nakedness or something like that? She did a little thing with that.
She like naked in it?
Well, I've never seen it before, but I know she was talking about starting one. You know, she's kind of pretty, and not like her image was one way, and now she out there, you know. You pay a little money to see a little extra.
So that's what it is? That's what
it's a little more risque. I'm not going to say she showed everything, but it's a little more risque type of thing.
Hey, man, shoot. I don't know. You know, like I say, man, I can't tell somebody what to do, you know, how to live their life, man. Sure. I'm like Don Corleone, man. I have no beef with a man do for a living. Right. You know what I'm saying? I can respect so that. If that, yeah, man. And Camille is I know a spirit. Right. She a good girl, real shy, real nice.
That's why people tripped out on
yeah,
that.
man. Real, I know.
Tripped to her do that though.
Right. Real. You know I remember she had a little ice cream spot in Pasadena, man. Cookie and ice cream. Yeah, man. I know a mother. They real good people. So, you know, if that's something, like I said, whatever that is, I don't know. I mean, she ain't doing porn or something.
No, I never saw, but no. But they've gone places, you know, in there. Really? OnlyFans open up for that. You can do porn in there.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. People make a lot of money on that sucker. Lunel got one going on.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Lunel getting it in, man.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. All right. I respect that. I respect that. Here's another question. Kind of crazy, but okay. Did you agree with Tisha Campbell leaving Martin?
She left Martin?
Okay, hell thing. Okay, whoever asked that question.
I didn't know she left Martin.
Well, but hold on. Now I do remember. She wasn't working at the same time in the same. Well, I guess,
No. She wasn't supposed to be a regular on Martin, and then she was just like, she just had like she was a guest star on Martin, and then they liked her, so they made her a regular. But then Martin gave her her own show after that.
Hold on, am I reading the right thing? I said Tisha Campbell.
Oh, Tisha. I thought you said Tashina. I thought you said Tashina. I thought you said Tashina.
No.
Oh, you talking about Tisha when she left? Man, you know what? When that situation went down, man, I wasn't around, man. So like that fifth season, I wasn't around, but I knew that something was up because I know I did go a couple times and I knew that they couldn't be on the same set together, the same lot, not the set, but the same lot.
Right, I heard that.
And it felt kind of weird, I'm like, but I never knew what. The background of what happened, man. Like I say, I mean, they kissed and made up, man, and it was cool to see everybody at the reunion, but I never knew the story, and I never asked.
Well,
I never asked.
No problem with that.
Ain't my business.
There you go. I like that. All right, last question. Comedy Hype talk with veteran comedian Dougie Doug about leaving Hollywood. Have you ever thought about leaving Hollywood? And if you did, why would you?
Man, I love what I do, man. I'm gonna do it until they tell me I can't do it no more.
Okay.
And then when they tell me I can't do it no more, I'm gonna do it on my own.
All right now.
So I think I might leave, and I wouldn't mind going back to Galveston or retiring in Hawaii somewhere.
Really?
On the North Shore, man, just kicking it. Over there by the Dole plantation,
I like that. And your wife is really good with moving wherever she wants to go, whatever you say?
Man, my wife been everywhere with me. She been to Dallas with me, man. She been to Missouri with me. Nice. And I mean, there was times, dude, I remember in Dallas, we used to go to McDonald's. Remember they had the little Monopoly pieces?
Yeah.
I used to talk my way, by playing football, I used to talk my way to the people at McDonald's, say, hey, just give me a handful of the, Monopoly piece. That's how we ate. We used to open the pieces up. Okay, we got a free burger here.
Really?
Oh man, so it's like, yeah,
man,
she ride or die, man, ride or die.
Really?
Ride or die.
Yeah. She got sisters? Yeah.
She got one brother that's 11 years older than her, so I told her she was a mistake.
Oh, wow. No, she didn't. No. You got lucky with her. You got lucky with her.
I know, man. I know. And it's funny, we was like fighting like cats and dogs back in the day doing high school.
Ain't that crazy?
She did not like me. I did not like. I don't think we said like maybe 5 words to each other until we got like in 11th, 12th grade from the 8th grade.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful that you have that. Before I let you go, we do a thing called IG creeping. What we do is we go on your IG page and just see how you living, and then I want you to explain some of the pictures we see.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see what this first one looking like. What does it look like there? What in the hell?
Me and my man Endo Champ, man, that dude crazy.
I think I saw that video. Did he run into a store? Like
he kicked my sandwich out, but I had another one in my pocket.
Right. Wow. How you meet him? Who was that dude?
Man, I met him through Lethal Shooter. The dude, the basketball dude. This dude here is real, man. This dude shoot threes all day, man.
Really?
I seen it with my eyes. Dude don't miss all day, and he coaches Anthony Davis and the Lakers. He one of the Lakers shooting coaches.
Well, he missed.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, he do. But this dude don't. I met him through him, man.
Wow. All right, let's go to another picture. Let me see what you got there. Whoa. You got Bill Cosby? Yeah, Bill Cosby.
That's my son, man.
That's your son.
That's my son. That's a mom.
I thought you had Ben Twilliger was a Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I know, right? It look like I'm a Ben Twilliger, right? Like I'm like.
Wow.
That's my boy, man. He a jazz pianist now, 31 years old.
Man,
bad
and
boy.
that's that Olin Mills? Hell no.
It sure is Olin Mills, dude. And that's a cross color jacket that I got on.
Look at that young man. All right, let's go to the next picture. Let's go. Now that's him.
That's him right there.
You got a strapping young man as a son.
Yeah, he's jazz pianist. He's a bad boy, man.
He in the Army or the Marines?
Marines.
The Marines. Nice. Okay.
Man,
God bless him, man. Now look how big he
guns.
I know. Look at that. All right, what we got next on you? Okay, this is a lovely wife right there,
Track
man.
meet, baby. Mount Sac relays. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mount Sac relay. Every time me and TK Kirkland get together, we all talk about track because he ran track.
Yeah, he ran. I talked about
that. He ran 800. I couldn't believe. I'm like, you a black man running 800 back in the day?
Back in the day,
yeah. But yeah, man.
That's you and the lovely wifey, man. Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Got your. All right, who else we got up in there? Well, hold on. What is that? What the hell? What's going on?
I did this movie called Fake Friends. It ain't out. Matter of fact, it just came out.
It really?
It just came out. Yeah, Fake Friends. Yeah. I was like a little.
What was you doing?
Little gangster, man, trying to be little gangster.
Is that with the pistol?
With the pistol.
Look at you, boy. That like a nigga from Galveston right there.
Hey,
I've been to
Galveston. That's right, boy.
Okay?
Hanging in the jungle.
County Road, motherfucker. Okay.
That's right. Around 39th. Okay? I tell people, guys, around 39th Street back in the day.
Ooh, that thing in your hand. I say,
yeah, man.
I say, all right, what else we looking at? What? Oh,
that's college, baby.
You like me? What's up with them short shorts, man? Well, come on.
But look at them legs, though, boy. But that's Mandingo right there, baby.
I'm glad you ain't have kidney problems back then, motherfucker. Hell no.
Look at that, baby.
Shorts, nigga.
And she was skinny too, but she's skinny. She about maybe 5 pounds heavier now.
No disrespect, but your wife got the nursing shoes on.
I know, right?
Okay.
That's how we was rolling back in the day. Matter of
man.
fact, I think she was finna go back to Galveston. That was a 5-hour drive she had to do, man.
Look at her, man.
Yeah, dog. That was us, baby. That was us,
real love.
Right.
All right, what else we got? We got some pictures with you. Eric
That's
Dickinson.
high school, baby.
You was Eric Dickinson back in the day.
That's right. Everybody had the shag curl. If you had no shag curl, you wasn't nothing.
Okay,
shag curl right there.
Really?
Boy, I just got through running like a 20.7 200 meters right there,
Look
boy.
at you.
20.7 on the boy.
You always buff, yeah, but had that curl. Like, ooh,
man, I was a blue chip athlete. I could have went to any school in the country, dog.
I know that's right. All right, one more. Let's see. We have that one more. There you go.
That
that's
is,
you and her was
man. That's some good pictures, man.
That's a beautiful picture right there.
We just and see, I was up and going around the hospital and feeling good. She went through it, man. She went through it for about 2 weeks, man.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I ain't think she was gonna pull it through.
No, man, that's a
beautiful. I ain't think she was gonna pull it through, dog.
You ain't shit, but yeah, that damn sure. All right, but before you leave, we're gonna play this thing called Spin the Wheel on my show. We'll do that real quick.
All right.
And then whatever it lands on, you got to participate. One is in the biggest lie you ever told.
All right.
I know wifey here, but we can act like it was her.
Right.
How you lost your virginity.
All right.
Some of you want to get off your chest. That's something like that. You got. What else we got? Make a celebrity crush call just as an actor. We know who your crush is, but you got to pick the phone up. You got a minute or two to get a girl to come over your house or you to go over her house. Someone famous, okay? If it comes, so you pick your phone, you do that. Mm-hmm. What else we got? We got what do you got? How you like virginity? Oh yeah, what are you when it comes to if you had to pick one to eliminate from a woman, face, teeth, or booty? One you can live without. Okay, the booty, the face, and them teeth. Okay. We'll see what it is. And who would you trade places with and why?
Okay. All
right. So give me a drum roll. Give me a real quick drum roll. Don't get that Galveston. Spin that sucker, boy. Don't put the muscle behind it. Really, man? You from Galveston? What is that?
Oh, let me do it again.
Put some mic behind it.
Okay. Yeah. So go.
All right. What did it stop on? Oh, okay. Oh, you know what it stopped on? This stopped on one gotta go. Face, teeth, or booty. I don't know how that happened and shit.
Shoot, man.
I want to say right there.
I let the teeth go.
So you go with the girl with that fucked up teeth hanging from the roots, man?
I'm pitching that junk right now. Shoot, boy, let me tell you something.
She got a nice body. She cute with them teeth hanging from the roots,
hey,
boy.
Man, let me tell you something, boy. Let me tell you, my first sexual experience, boy. 17.
Oh, well, hold on. They might as well go. How you lost your virginity and shit? Bang. Okay.
17.
How you lost your virginity?
17. One was 62.
What happened? Hold on. What did you
62. She ain't had no teeth.
Hold on. Your first sexual experience with somebody
62 years old. Didn't have no teeth.
Your babysitter?
And she had two toes. Because her teeth was.
Man, you playing with us now.
No, she was lawnmowing one time, and I grew up as a kid around it, so she was doing lawnmower,
right? And
it cut 3 of her toes off.
It cut 3 of her toes.
2 toes. So when I was 17, we used to do it, and so I used to get mine real fast,
right?
And I didn't know how to control, so I used to come real fast,
right.
So I had to think of something to make me not.
Right.
So I used to look at them 2 toes, and they used to do like that, wee.
Hell no.
And that's what made me not come.
And ever since then, he's been lactose intolerant. I didn't know that, man. That's what it is. You can't get that. You can't get that. Lactose intolerant, man.
No, man. My wife was that's how I lost my virginity, man.
There you go.
She set me up on that one, dude.
I can wear that.
I was like, what I'm doing, man. What I'm doing. The first time didn't work. First time, man, my junk was like, nigga, what is this?
Oh, hell no. What is this?
But the second time, everyone was like, hey!
Okay.
What's going on, boy? I was like, and my cousin told my cousin, say, man, all you gotta do, man, just pull out, man, pull out. Just put a towel down there, put a towel down there.
That's
man, I took about 3 quick, boop, boop, boop.
Right. Ski.
Then I pulled. Yeah. True story, dog. That's the first one.
I got 3 kids, but my pull-out game ain't shit.
Yeah, man, we shoot. We got 2 kids. That's it. 27
thing,
and 31, man.
Beautiful, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Yo, hey, man, I appreciate you coming here, brother. Man.
Thank you, brother.
Really,
appreciate you having me, man. We go way back, dog. Thanks what's up, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Come on, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I learned a lot about you, man. Give the audience a shout out to where your social media is, how they can reach you.
Yeah, man. Bruhman_Fifth Flow, Instagram and Twitter. Twitter and TikTok, and Reginald Ballard in Facebook.
You on TikTok?
Yeah, sometimes.
I
like the videos funny though, man. Videos be funny.
Okay, I ain't on that.
Videos be funny.
Video be funny? That's all that matters. All
right, Reg, before you leave, look, I got this segment. It's called 5 for 5. It's where I feature a dope comedian that I think needs a little more exposure. And I let them do 5 minutes of stand-up and 5 minutes of sit-down. It's kind of like a miniature version of my show, Pierre's Panic Room. So some of these comics, they've been around, you might not have heard from a while, or they new jacks, they're just funny as hell, just need a little extra exposure, and if I can help them out, that's what we do. So check out this next comic.
5 for 5. 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 5 for 5.
All the way from Arizona. I messed with him for a while, man. He's a funny guy. He's a good person, too. A good dude. He opens up for people like Faison, Gary Owen. He's a beast, y'all. He's a beast. Give it up for the one and only Rob Rodriguez!
Some bullshit. There's no Spanish people here. There's Atlanta. Obviously, I'm the equal opportunity Hispanic comic, right? In order to get some funding here, they needed us down here. But yeah, listen, I'm in Arizona, but I'm originally from New York. New York in the house? Real New York, though. The niggas be like, I'm from New York. Where you from? Rochester. That's not New York. I'm not New York. I'm from Long Island. No, you ain't from New York. Atlanta get me nervous though. Atlanta's the first place I came that I found out that I was getting older in life. Because we came out here, we were performing out here. I went out to a club and I dressed like this. I dressed fly, get in the club. Listen, I'm looking at some of y'all with the Cole outfit, Burlington Coat Factory jackets, fake jewelry. This is all real right here. I seen y'all at the kiosk. I seen y'all. But yeah, I went into the club. We're hanging out late. That's when I found 2:30 in the morning. They're asking me, like, oh, we're in VIP. Everybody popping bottles. And I'm like, why is this fucking music so goddamn loud? Then I had a young chick. Now, I had a young chick come up and she's like, listen, can we, what you doing after the club? I'm like, well, what are you doing after the club? So she's trying to, I'm not getting a hint. I ain't been out to the club in a while, right? I'm over 50 as well. It's my birthday month. In my birthday month, I'm gonna be the big 5'5". Don't clap, ain't nothing good about 5'5". Ain't nothing good about 5'5" except Denny's on Wednesdays, 15%. Or some of these communities, 55 and over, that you get reduced rent. That's it. But anyway, so the chick turns around and she looks at me and she's like trying to give me hints to go back to my room. And I'm like, okay, we could do that. So I'm like, it's 2:30 in the morning. I said, listen, you know how to rub feet? So she looked at me like I'm talking about being kinky, right? She said, yeah, I can rub some feet. Then I was like, you like to watch Law and Order? So she's a little confused now. Because she's like, yeah. I said, listen, because at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, you coming back to my room, you ain't fucking me at 3:30. If you wanted, anybody in this room, we wanted to fuck around today, I need 48-hour notice. You have to ask me on Saturday by 4:30. Because like I said, it's like, it just don't happen that way no more. Because like I said, you're gonna get 8 minutes of this at my age. At my age, you get 8 minutes of the best loving, then I gotta turn off Law and Order and take a shit. I'm a big guy, you know what I'm saying, big man, right? The one that ain't laughing over here? That changed from a kiosk, though. I know that. Gold don't come in that color, dog. No, I'm glad to see everybody out here in Atlanta. See people COVID, because y'all were scamming people. Y'all were catfishing people during COVID, right? Because everybody looked handsome from the nose up, right? And cute. And you turn around and then y'all was fucking, Spanish people was fucking it up because we was wearing masks so long. Spanish people putting crosses in their family on the mask. Black people putting blinging their shit out. You see a woman in the mall, she got a Louis Vuitton bag, and then she got a Louis Vuitton mask. You ain't paying $800 for no fucking Louis Vuitton mask. Cut it out, knock it off. But getting older, one of the biggest problems I have now is watching commercials and shit. I'm watching TV, judging everything I watch. Right, I'm watching these new commercials at night, late night, but I'm watching it for the medicine commercials, because I want to see the side effects and shit. I take pills. But the commercial that had me messed up the other day, 2 weeks ago, I know you all seen this commercial. They're making these commercials so beautiful. They got the people dancing. They got a DJ playing in the commercial. I'm like, damn. Then they have a big handsome guy walks out with his chest out. I'm like, damn, I want that medicine. But I'm watching the commercial. There's birds flying, and all of a sudden, you walk out. Another guy walks out behind him, puts his hands around his waist. And I'm like, oh, that's the HIV commercial. But they look so happy, right? Because you're looking at that like, damn, I want HIV. I'm like, because this blood pressure medicine fucking me up right now. Atlanta, thank you so much for having me out here.
Give it up one more time for Rob Rodriguez. All right. You were funny, but you did some disses. We're in Atlanta. You looking for the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans? You got to go to Buford Highway. Go to that Home Depot about 7 a.m. Alright? They might not be here tonight, but they're at Home Depot at 7 a.m. on Buford Highway. Anybody in Atlanta know what Buford Highway is? But man, great set, man. Great set, brother. I appreciate that, man.
For having me.
Alright, so let me ask you so much, man. We talk on the phone all the time, man. You know, let me get a small thing we can jump past, but you a businessman. This man owns his own furniture business. I'm talking about a big business where he has like, what, 40, 50 employees? This ain't no joke. This ain't got, you know, he doing comedy on the side. You know what I'm saying?
I have a 3 black maximum. 3 black employees, then they got to talk about the basketball game, LeBron better than Jordan.
Okay, I forgot you live in Arizona. He's a nigga there. You think, no?
I grew up in New York, so I know.
In the Bronx, right?
I grew up in the Bronx.
Okay, cool. Now, you started comedy kind of late.
Yeah, I actually moving to Arizona is what made me start comedy. I was 36 years old.
Hell no. Why would you do comedy in the Bronx? There's a lot of funny shit in the Bronx.
Yeah. You know, in New York, because you growing, that's your life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you can find things. When I moved to Arizona and I saw how white folks treated Mexicans,
right.
I was like, oh, hell no, that would never have gone down in New York. You know? Because New York, you grew up with that plethora of all the nationalities, Caribbeans, all of that. Arizona, there's 3. There's really 2, white, Mexican, and the Lost Tribe. That's the black people that live in 115-degree weather. There's a type of black to live out in that heat. You lived out there.
Right. So you grew up in the Bronx. At what time did someone teach you the word plethora? A lot. We say a lot around here. I know you be funny, brother, and I know you work with a lot of headlining comedians. You know, you feature for a lot of them. You can headline yourself. I've seen you do your thing. You choose to, feature. Is there a reason why you choose to feature?
You know, when you feature, like me featuring for the bigger comics, you know, there's roles to this. You know, like the comedians you see here.
Right.
You got to play your position. There's no jumping. It's not like these fake internet comedians. Some of them are. No, I got to keep it real because they trying to skip steps you can't skip.
Oh.
You know, I'm sitting here tonight and talking to some of these comedians that have, 20, 30 years in the game.
Yeah.
These internet comedians, I don't get, I had an incident last week in Atlanta. we were here performing, and one of the internet comedians came and he looked at me like, you know, like, who am I? Because he got 7 million followers.
Who the fuck got 7 million?
Listen, I don't worry about not bringing it out. So Desi Banks.
Oh wow! I'm trying to get him on my show. I guess he might have to come on. Damn,
well, you gotta. It's okay because you actually gotta be funny to come on the show. Listen, you know, and the only reason I say that is there's a matter of respect. You know, I went and did my set. I was opening for another comic, and he was in the green room with me and the headliner, and he came in and went right to the headliner, and then no problem. I mean, you don't have to, you know, just like tonight, nobody that knew me came, shook my hand. He had no handshake. He just looked at me. So after I did my set, he was there with some people, his whole little crew. Oh my God, you were funny, you were funny. They came in, they gave love, right? He just looked at me like, and I wanted to say something, but you know, I got a little bit more etiquette to that. So I was like, but in my world, I've watched them. Yeah, you got 7 million followers, but followers does not translate into laughs or having quality comedy. And you got to do your time. You know that. You the OG, triple OG. So that's how this comes with head. So the whole feature aspect is any good comic is featured for the best. And what you do is you learn and you network. You network what you do. If you get your opportunity, because most times you see all these funny comics. It's not how funny you are. It's who you know, and who you make laugh at the right time.
All right, I know Desi. He doesn't seem like that type. Just from what I know, maybe he didn't know who you were when he first walked in.
Nobody here knew me who they was tonight either. It was like, hey, what's up?
I get that, but I'm saying he knew Faison. He may didn't know you. Sure, I think you should. You walk in the room and some people there, a couple comics.
There's a green room, and they don't know that. So I take that back. You know, if he doesn't know that, you know. But you know, so what you do theaters, they put you on shows because of your followers. That's not what comedy's about. I perform to 30, 40 people before I do 5,000, 6,000. Before, you know, you got to be funny. You still
now in the comments, what you gonna say when somebody say, "You sound like an old bitter man"? What would you tell people?
Listen, I tell you what, I'm an old bitter man, but I'm richer than them. So.
I told you. Yo, support that comic, all right? Do that, all right? Look, thank y'all for supporting Pierre's Panic Room every week. Like I said, we got some dope people on the show, even some young cats or new cats, you know, we give them some exposure to. Thank you for supporting Pierre's Panic Room, and I'll see y'all next week. Holla at your boy.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor, and I survived Pierre's Panic Room. He had a whole lot of sandwiches for a brother.
If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. You know, hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.